Where we left off, as I'm sure you guys remember, because we were kind of just talking about it, you are all still in the basement of the rectory. I'll go ahead and move us over, actually, while we're doing this. The what's the word I'm looking for? Force cage that Nazim had put up around the ascended or the semi-ascended, semi-divine version of Adjunct Cope is still locked away, as far as you can tell. Is that background noise, G? What is that? What am I hearing?
Given the dog bones.
No, it's not you that's lit up, it's Ben, and it sounds like a highway or something. Oh, shit! No, it's my side. I know what it is. Never mind. Alright, so, where we left off, though. You're all still in an extremely gory hallway with the force cage of Cope still behind you. You haven't heard any noise or anything from that, but you kind of don't expect to based on what Nazim has described. You have just, within the last 30 seconds, it seems, convinced the residors on the other side of this door to leave you alone for a short while by deceiving them into believing that Cope is in here mediating with these interlopers, which are you guys. So, what would you like to do?
Well, at least we bought some time, guys. Are we totally sure that guy down there is locked in that cage? He can't get out?
I am personally okay with killing him, so...
I mean, can we? Is that even like a thing? I don't know how powerful he is. I went and broke his shiny things.
Well, he's been in there for a while. Can he cast magic in there?
No.
Are you asking the DM or are you asking Nazim?
No, I'm asking Nazim if he can cast any kind of magic in there.
I think he can. Let me double check here. It's just encased inside, so he can't really do anything outside of that box. So he's pretty.
I don't think he can. I'm not sure, but
what he can do inside. He can just try and teleport out, but he's gonna have to make some serious rolls.
Okay, because if he can cast magic in there, then he can heal himself.
And he could get out, which means he's not actually trapped forever.
Yeah.
Wait, so he's not trapped forever? I mean, how are we gonna... I'm a little nervous. I mean, do you guys see any healing potions on him? Does he have like was he...
He used magic to heal me after he tried to kill me. So, there's that.
We could each other up, prepare for the battle again, and set up a winning scenario, and then I could drop the box. Fight him again.
Well, I mean, real quick, do we have to kill this guy, or are we now just going to try to get out of here? Because I'm pretty sure...
It's either kill this guy or wait for him to come after people who use magic he doesn't like again.
Okay, well, here's a good question. If we kill him, is this going to stop, or does it just go to the next guy? Like, is this even going to make a difference?
No. From what Sarah knows, they'll just have another adjunct, right?
So we'd have to kill them all.
Give me a history check, Sarah.
All right, we're not going to kill them all. I don't want to change my name again next place we go to.
I fucking love that every time that Fox gets started, especially I think it's maybe when she's having a bad day, it's literally like it's butterflies and fairies and then genocide. Like he's a quick switch flip for Fox. I love it.
Like, you didn't want me to
going
cut down a
around
tree.
killing
You didn't want me to cut down a tree in the forest.
Light.
You didn't want me to cut down a tree in the forest, and you're willing to just murder an entire village of people who've been brainwashed into this cult.
Okay, but how do you unbrainwash people?
I'm like pretty sure we passed like 6 or 7 cooks who didn't even know what the hell was going on the way in here.
And murdered a couple of them.
Well, I didn't murder anyone. I'm going on the record saying I didn't murder any of them.
Actually, neither have I. I have not fought in this place until we got down here.
I like to use the word liberated, but okay.
They have the freedom to no longer be alive. With that history check, so Cope has been a famous name in this area for as long as you can remember, Sarah. I would say bordering on the like mythical level where it almost seems an unnaturally long life, because as long as you can remember, and halflings tend to live a little bit longer than humans, he has been famous around here. And you're so it's not quite certain, but because it is a title, you expect that it would probably somebody else would be promoted. Whether or not they would be of his stature or kind of position on how people are handled, maybe a totally different story. Maybe he isn't. Maybe the next one wouldn't be evil necessarily. Let's say, or however you might think of Cope. But yeah, you do expect they would probably just promote another one.
Yeah, so killing him wouldn't solve anything, and the next guy could be even worse. Because, I mean, he didn't seem like he wanted to be doing this. It was just something he felt he had to do.
Real quick, too, all of that is absolutely 100% the case. But all of you, Sarah knows Cope from being, again, famous in this area, and this is where she grew up, right? But all of you would be familiar with him because he had a very small part to play in the Vast Erudition. So early on, in the story that was kind of downloaded into everyone's brains 10 months ago at this point, at that point, the story that you heard there, Cope was involved in Ketis's kind of awakening a little bit into realizing what was happening. So anyways, because of that, you would all have at least some awareness that he's played a part in the kind of global scale of events as well.
So it's like a name you would have heard, but not exactly. Like in 15 years ago, someone would be like Cheney, and like someone would be like, I think I remember that name, kind of like that.
Yeah, probably. I mean, because it was a relatively small part, at least at that point. Obviously, not for Ketis's sake, who you know more about. Mm-hmm. It was a bigger role for him. But as far as the grand story of it, it was more. It was think of it like reading a history book, and there's a couple of names in there that you might recognize later, but you don't know the details of who that person was or something like that.
Okay, but even if he felt like he had to do this but didn't really want to, tell that to the dead person in the other room.
Oh no, I'm not defending him in any way. I'm just saying the next guy could be much worse. The next guy could also be better. It's a 50-50 chance.
Well, I think my concern also is, I mean, he seemed a little more relaxed in there than I would have anticipated, and he kind of freaked me out. Like, so I don't know if he's more powerful than he's letting on, or if he's not and he's just overconfident. Do you think, Sarah, that if we surround him, because I mean, it sounds like we can't go, I don't want to go in that room. Everything I can do, the power of this beautiful mouth right here comes from this magical essence around me. I don't want to step on that floor and get sucked to dry. That's the wrong phrasing. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
So like I could stay back in the hallway and, this big guy right here can go do some damage.
Yeah, the problem is that all of the magic users would have to be out here to cast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could try to all hit him at once, but he's been for a while probably healing himself, at the very least, if not already out of there.
Did you see any, random question, but while we were all fighting him, did anyone see any healing potions? Because, if he's like us, he might not be able to keep casting spells over and over and over again. There's a limit to what this mouth can do.
How many times are you going to return to the well for that joke?
Now that you did a good explanation of how magic works, I'm gonna use it more. How it's all around us.
Well, okay, no, hang on. You guys,
I
think you kind of, it's more like light. It's wavelengths. It's not, not a
you
all
can't
around
see
us like
it,
it's
right,
floating in
right.
the air like the fucking mitochondria or whatever those things were from. Not mitochondria. What is the one from Star Wars? Whatever the Force thing was.
Midichlorians.
There you go, midichlorians. Okay, I was thinking mitochondria was
the power. If I learned anything from middle school.
Well, I mean, that's what I heard when I heard that stupid word from Star Wars. But anyways, it's not like that. It's not just floating around you. They're literally wavelengths, like light or microwaves or radio waves, anything like that. They're all literally just waves that are coming from a different source. And those sources
like
essentially
ley lines, or like ley lines.
Well, ley lines are the same thing. That's just the fanciful representation.
Can we move that box out of that room? Is that something we can do, Nazim, or is it like stuck and way too heavy and thick to be moved? Is it like magically in place somehow? Because what if we did a transportation circle under the box and just can we transport it in some random place?
Well, doing the circle would send it back to the keep.
That would be a pretty rude joke. By the way,
you guys deal with this.
I don't think
can that bat friend of yours do anything here? I'm gonna be honest. I'm a bit confused at what's all happening.
So technically, Xantalus is casting through. Fuck, why can't I remember his name?
Kamazoth.
Kamazoth. Too many K's and C's.
You can click on him too. Like if you highlight or if you mouse over his name, you'll see his name.
Awesome. Is casting through Kamazoth. I'm not sure if he can actually, if we can communicate while he's not. He was glowing last time I heard.
Yeah, so you would recognize that when Kamazoth was taking direct control, when he tried to stand up all awkwardly, tried to stand up straight, he was kind of a glowing green, and he's back to normal now. He's not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
Just real back, going back to your question, it's the box is an immobile, invisible cube-shaped prison.
Oh, it's invisible, so we can see him.
Correct. It's just an invisible box.
Can I retcon for a bit? And I would have, if I had known if it was invisible, I would have probably gone and kept an eye out on him after doing my little charade at the door.
Yeah.
Would that be okay?
Yeah,
I thought it was like solid because I would have wanted to keep an eye.
So
on
did
it.
I thought it was too. In fact, that's how I described it originally. I should have read the spell more thoroughly. Thanks, Sako, for pointing that out. So, yeah, I initially had described it as being this kind of solid dark purple, but if it is invisible, in that case, then yeah, you guys would, at least while you were still near the door. Now, I did move, because you guys were all having a conversation, and I assumed that, half the group wasn't going to leave the doors, so I moved Sarah and Arteme and Kamazoth and the Bestial Spirit up there, but if you guys are going to move back down the hallway, go right ahead.
Well, I would have, after the whole theater scene, I would have gone down, but I don't know what everyone else would have done.
Oh, if Sarah can see him, she would have kept an eye on him.
Okay, then in that case, if as long as someone was down there, I just wouldn't have wanted, like, if I could see him, I wouldn't have wanted to leave him not a lookout. So if Sarah is there, then I wouldn't be down there. So I'm not. I didn't go back down.
For that box, is that it says it's an immobile, invisible cube shape. It doesn't say it's not immovable. It just says immobile. So
Well,
That means
immobile.
immovable.
Yeah, it's I mean, the box isn't going to move on its own. I see. Like, I understand
it's
where the
not
argument
movable,
you're making.
not immobile.
it's pretty much prevents any matter from passing through it, and blocks any spells cast into it or out of the area. So essentially, it's just a locked box.
Mechanically, how that would operate, by the way, is it's preventing those wavelengths that I was describing from leaving the box.
Yeah, so he can still cast inside of it, like on himself. He just can't cast through the box.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go yell down the hallway. What is he doing, Sarah? Is he doing anything? Or not yell, but kind of loud whisper through the hallway. Is he doing anything weird looking?
What is he doing?
You look into this invisible cage. It's not bars or anything. It's basically, in fact, it just looks like he's just there.
He's a
You
mime.
don't see-
Is he a mime?
He is floating in space. You see the broken chunk of a vine laying on what looks like it should be the floor that is floating above, maybe a foot off of the floor, that is no longer tied around him. But he's kind of just hovering in space with his eyes closed as if he's meditating. And as soon as you've come around the kind of doorway to peek through, you're not stepping onto the floor. You're staying in the hallway. Okay.
Yeah.
Then kind of leaning in a little bit to look at him. He's still just kind of floating there, arms crossed, his wings kind of folded over his back, and then he kind of just slowly, with still eyes closed, still kind of turns in your direction as if he's looking at you, and then just slowly opens his eyes and gives you kind of a little half smile. He does not look wounded anymore, by the way.
Great. I'm gonna back up just a tiny bit.
Okay.
Only we could drill a small hole in that box and drown him.
Let them,
Just fill it with water.
let them know that he's being super
I
creepy.
could. I have create water.
Yeah, but you can't cast into the fucking thing. It's just we're stuck watching him like the worst pay-per-view I've ever seen.
Cut the small hole, make a small rain cloud over the hole, let the water fill it. Watch him slowly go.
So here's the problem, guys. We can see him and he can see us. So if we're going to be preparing to attack him when we drop that spell, he's going to know probably what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like, he I don't know how powerful he is, but seems like he's going to be pretty strong, and we can't even... So he can do magic in there, but we can't. Is that correct?
Yeah, nothing can pass through the cage.
No, I mean, like, that room.
No,
like,
hang
we
on.
can't-
Yeah, how could he do magic in that room?
He's got something special, clearly. Something that we don't possess.
Or it just doesn't affect his type of magic.
Maybe. Do you want me to try my mouth magic? See if that works.
I mean, you're more than welcome to. I'd suggest probably using a cantrip so you don't waste anything.
Sure. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna walk in. I'm not invisible anymore. Darn it. So I'm just gonna walk in. Can he hear inside the box?
You don't know.
I'm gonna go ahead and take one step into the room, just right on the edge here. Oh, well, I'll move my fuck it, I'll move my character. I'm gonna wave a little bit and be like, "Hi, hello. I apologize. We didn't get a chance to meet. Sorry for your predicament. We're just here for our friends. So again, I'm sorry for all this fiasco, and I'm just going to try real quick to cast Mage Hand in front of me and see what happens."
You are standing on the floor, though. You are.
Yep, I am in the room.
Okay. He, when you walked in, was just floating in place as I described to Sarah. Facing forward, not looking in your direction, eyes closed as if he's meditating, and doesn't respond to you at all. You step onto the floor, though, and immediately feel that the connection to your magic is gone with your feet on this floor.
Oh, I don't like this at all. No. It doesn't work for me. I don't have any magic in there, guys. It's not pleasant.
I would say that it is an extremely disorienting and uncomfortable feeling for sure.
Okay. I'm gonna go right to the edge of the door, and I'm just gonna kind of try again, just be like, "Excuse me, sir, do you have a moment to talk about your Lord and Savior?" Anything?
No response.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna.
Use
so
your
I'll
hat of
just-
disguise to make yourself look like a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah. I'll just. I actually don't think I have it equipped right now, or not able. So, yeah, I'll just kind of loud whisper back through the hall and let everyone know my magic doesn't work either.
Nazim, you hear footsteps coming from the opposite of the double doors.
I'll step in and see if he can't hear me.
What are you doing?
So, Cope, you having fun in there?
No response.
Is he looking at me this time?
Nope.
Or is he not?
I mean, we could like throw a sheet over it so you can't see out. Is there a sheet or any? What do we have in the inventory? I've got nothing because I'm overweight all the time. I can't carry shit.
Yeah, it should have a bedroll.
It's a fucking halfling-sized bedroll. That's gonna cover like half his body. Does anyone? We can't. Okay. No, I can't do that. Does anyone have? Do we have a big enough blanket, or do you have a tent? We could put a tent around there, and then at least he can't see out.
The only tent big enough would probably be Norok's.
And then I'd have to go kill like 5 deer just to make another one, damn it.
We don't lose it. I'll pull it off.
See this? Okay. she's upset about having to kill 5 deer, but let's just murder all of these people in here.
So let's throw
I love that
Norok's. Do we get the idea that Norok's tent would cover the entire thing?
Probably not the entire thing, but it would probably cover like the front. Enough of the front that he, unless you go around to the back, he probably wouldn't be able to see you.
All right.
I don't think covering him up is going to do any good unless you guys plan on killing him, which at this point, I don't think it matters if he dies or not.
From the other side of the door, Nazim, you heard them approaching, but from the other side of the door, almost enough to surprise you, Norok, but your feral instincts kind of caught it just in time. There is a heavy beating against the door, like a pound, pound, pound. Adjunct, we're coming in.
Good luck. I probably can't hear that, by the way, Nazim. So it's all you, buddy.
No, you're like it would be echoing. It's beating against a metal door with a metal object. It sounds like maybe they're hammers. They were knocking against the door with, and then a few seconds pass without any response if you're not saying anything.
I said everything is fine. Leave us be for just a few more minutes, please.
Performance check with disadvantage.
Yeah, that's fair. Boopity bop boop. Oops, I'll just roll it twice.
Sure.
Oh, well, doesn't matter. Never
Oh, you
mind.
got 2. Yeah.
Oh, that,
It would have been good, too. And he only
Yeah.
barely beat it. He only got a 13.
oh.
There's whispering. Nazim, I'll tell you that because of your passive, you're able to kind of gather the whispering. It doesn't sound... This something's not right. We need to get in there. And then you start hearing hammers beating against the door.
Alright, so you guys checked everything you could down here and couldn't find my dad, right?
I mean, I checked at least, I don't know, 10 different rooms, 11 different rooms, kind of looped back around, traveled through a big pile of random bodies.
Yeah, that random body pile was mine. Sorry.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that. I mean, I just don't know. I'm sorry, I didn't realize this cathedral was the size of a small town.
I'm gonna pull out the scroll and see if there's anything on it. It's the only way I can think of to communicate with Corn's Antlus.
Can any of you cast, like, find an item, and maybe there's an item on your father's person that someone could see? Or does he wear, like, a special ring? Do you know what his wedding ring looks like? Perhaps one of us can find it? For starters, does anyone even have that ability? I don't. I wish I did.
I don't, and that's assuming that they haven't stripped him of everything.
They're
I
all
would say
gonna
that,
take his wedding ring.
you, Becky or Sarah would know that he does, or at least the last that you saw him, which, has been a few months, but the last that you saw him, he always has a ring that he, his wedding ring that he would wear always.
Oh no, I just meant I don't have locate object.
Oh, I gotcha.
I do, but I don't
Do you
think I
wanna-
have it prepared.
Nazim, do you have anything that could help us out in that situation?
Not to my knowledge, but there's spells now.
I'm going to try to talk to Kamazoth, I guess, and see if he can't let Corn's Antlus know that I need to ask him a question.
I'm gonna go back up into the room to the left that had the cage type room, and I'm gonna see if there's something we could use to barricade the door.
Okay. What is Sarah trying to say to Kamazoth via Corn's Antlus? And also, Arteme, how long does your bestial spirit stay? Sarah, what are you trying to say to Corn's Antlus through Kamazoth?
I'm just going to ask him if he has any way to locate a person. Because they're coming in, and I would like to find him before having to absolutely leave.
1 hour.
To find him.
That's for 1 hour? Okay. Pogo, in the other room, there are pallets, just like you see on there. There's chunks of wood in the
I'm
corner.
gonna
It looks
go
like they were
just-
probably used for bedding.
Just drag some wood in so we can at least, like, maybe we can position it between the door and, like, the stone altar type thing to make some sort of extra brace on top of the rod of hold, the rod thing, the movable rod.
Okay. You start dragging chunks of wood through. Sarah, you ask this question. I mean, it's going to take you a bit just because it's heavier than you are. It's bigger than you are. So you're going to have to, like, pull bits at a time, basically. Sarah, you get Kamazoth's attention. He still seems very nervous. Like, he's back to being scared, essentially, especially with the hammering against the door, 10 feet away. But you ask this of him, and he looks like he doesn't understand what you're saying. Like, he looks just confused and everything, and then he sits still for a moment, and the shivering stops, and then he kind of extends one of his the claw part of his wing kind of towards the scroll case that you keep your telescription on.
I'll take it out and see if there's anything on there. If not, I'll write my question down.
Very hastily scribbled. What is it? Who are you looking for? What is it, and who are you looking for?
I am looking for my father. I am hoping you have a way to locate him in this gigantic place, because I can't find him and they're trying to break the door down. So we're gonna have, as much as I don't want to, we're gonna have to leave if I can't find him.
Okay. You scribble that all out to him then, and then 30 seconds later, you see this kind of vague green glow begin to emanate from Kamazoth again. If I can find the great one. Was it this one? No, that's not the problem, but that's fine. This kind of vague green glow, kind of shimmering off of Kamazoth. He kind of stands up straight again. The shivering stops again, and you see him kind of fix his eyes in your direction, and then he kind of closes his eyes for a moment, and he points a wing to the southeast.
The fuck does that mean? Grrr, as I'm dragging wood across the floor.
Probably that direction.
Yeah.
He points like that way through the off through the wall, kind of similar to how Artebe was using him earlier to locate Sarah.
I mean,
He was nice enough to lead the way.
but how far? Like, is there a way? Like, is it in this building? Are we like? Is it like 7 miles away in some basement? Do we know what's in this? I feel like we just came from there.
Everybody except for Pogo. In fact, all of you except for Sarah. give me a flat intelligence check. This only happened 3 minutes. Well, it's been longer than that now. It's been probably half an hour at this point since this happened. But there was a door that all of you were in front of, and then they slammed the door in your face, and you guys just ran off and didn't go any further down that hallway,
I don't
or
know
didn't
why I had
investigate any further.
Oh, there it is. Never mind. I'm looking on my map. I went at the very end of that.
Oh, natural 20 for Arteme. Arteme, you definitely remember standing next to Norok, a guy looking through the door. You guys opened a doorway. Nazim, I think, had opened the door, looking like a farmer. And the guy looked at Nazim and got up as if he was going to try to escort Nazim out. Hey, Norok gets a 1 and Arteme gets a 20 for once.
Right, that door. Okay, yeah. We should just go back there.
Yeah, and Arteme was standing next to Norok. The guy stood up, saw Norok, slammed the door shut, and started dragging something in front of it. Pogo, you were running past as this happened.
Right. So, in other words, we have to kill these guys outside the door to get there. And we don't know how many are outside this door.
I am going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter right outside the door. I can do that, right? Does that have to be an area I see? Let me double check.
Yeah, look at the spell.
Here, I'll look at it,
I don't
but I
remember
won't put
off
it
the
in
top
the
of my
spell slot yet.
What's
See.
Norok doing in the meantime?
Oh no, creature. Dumb.
I'll help if he's still doing it. I'll help Pogo move the wood, and then after that, I'm just keeping an eye on the door because they're going to get through it before too long. So that way, I can start trying to fend them off.
Okay. You grabbing the big chunk, like you pretty much can kind of carry all of it in one go, whereas Pogo has made 3 or 4 at this point, dragging bits of wood. So you grab the chunks of pallets and kind of stack them as best you can, but it's basically, imagine trying to put a chair under a doorknob to keep the door from opening in, but the floor is slippery, like the floor is smooth, so like if they push the door, it's probably just going to push the pallets out of the way, especially as heavily armored as they are. You feel like they could probably push right through it. There isn't much to really secure against the door, except for the immovable rod you already have on it.
All right,
Yeah.
so guys, before we break through, I can just try to at least hypnotize some of them out here, but you just don't want to jostle them or try to shake them out of their stupor. So, do you want to try? I can try that before we go any further. I don't know how many are out there.
Nazim, give me a perception check. And Arteme as well, actually.
Or we could just let them barge in. We can remove the rod, let them barge in, and just attack the shit out of them.
Sarah, would you still be looking at the scroll at this point?
No, not well.
Okay.
Since he was talking through Kamazoth.
Right. He wasn't talking through Kamazoth. He did, like, it does not seem like he can.
Or when he was pointing.
Okay, all right.
I was paying attention.
Okay, cool.
So, do you guys want to?
Nazim, you're hearing just the footsteps of the people outside. You estimate that there's at least 6, maybe, heavily armored people on the other side. And who knows how many, soft-footed people you don't know.
If we want, we could always I could cast daylight. We could open the door quickly, blind them. Norok could just knock them down, and then we could run to that door, knock that down,
I don't.
barricade ourselves in there.
I think we do. I do like that. I think we got to run. How about we do that, and I cast Hypnotic Pattern, and we just barrel through all at once as best we can.
Worst case scenario, I magic circle and lock them in.
Or we can.
They're not Fae, remember?
Oh, dang.
We can, open the door and let them all in here, and then just try to run around them.
Do the doors open in or out?
In. That's why the immovable rod broke it.
Right.
And the doors themselves were actually like broken to the point that the bar was the only thing that was keeping them shut before the bar that Norok left on the other side.
Do you guys remember the knobs on the outside? Were they like hooked knobs?
No knobs.
Nothing. It was just flat door with a
I
bare.
think there was a
in it.
bar.
Yeah, there was a
on
bar.
it.
There's basically hooks on the other side. The door was broken. It's 2 double doors that are meant to be open all the time, it seems like. And they had closed them and put a bar on these hooks to keep the door shut. Because as soon as the bar was lifted, the door kind of swung open on its own. Both sides.
I'm up for whatever you guys want to try.
All right, I say I cast Hypnotic Pattern. It's going to be pretty much fill up the entire hallway, and then we open the doors and see who's left. But don't run into the hallway until we figure it out, because if you go in there, you got to run through it. Because if you let's see here, let's double check. Each creature in the area who sees the pattern must make a wisdom save throw. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed by the spell, the creature is incapacitated at a speed of 0. Okay, so basically, if you run through it, you got to keep your eyes closed. It's about 30 feet. It's going to be about 30 feet, so it's going to fill up pretty much the entire... Is that hallway even 30 feet long? I don't think it is it? No, it's not. It's literally going to fill up the entire hallway, so you're going to have to run all the way through until you get to the stairs.
Okay, well, someone may have to guide me because I didn't actually come this way. I don't know what's outside this door.
What do you say? And then, is that okay though, Norok? Do you think you could grab Sarah?
Yeah.
Does that work? And then you can cast Sunlight immediately after?
Daylight, you mean?
Daylight? Yeah, that's the one. Should we try it?
I'm going to tell you,
It might
Norok,
at
that
least-
if you're carrying somebody, it will make swinging a disadvantage.
Yeah, that's true.
Technically, your movement speed should be cut in half, but I'll say that she doesn't weigh enough to really impact that. Like, basically, carrying another person mean your speed would be in half, and you'd have disadvantage.
Would
But
I
think
be
that
able to
because she's
carry her?
What if I
not
just
carry
do
her.
the pogo thing and wrap myself around Norok's leg?
If it was like backpack style, yeah. If it was like, like carrying a kid or something, that probably wouldn't be as difficult. It might increase their AC a little bit, or basically, reduce chances a little, but not full on disadvantage. But yeah, I was assuming like carrying in one arm kind of a thing, and then trying to use his other arm maybe for axe swinging.
I
But-
could just hold onto the back of his tunic. Or,
All right, before we do this, should we heal up real quick?
I am fully healed thanks to you guys, so thank you.
Okay. All right, well, I'm good enough. Anyone hurt?
I'm going to use some of my Ring of Healing Surges. before this.
You used 1 charge already, right? So you still have 2 charges left? I think you only used 1 charge earlier, right?
I think I did. I don't think I did yet. Did I?
You talked about, maybe you changed your mind. I remember you talking about using it, but you might not have done it.
Oh no, he
orig-
hit it to check out something and accidentally hit it to use it, but he said he didn't actually use it, he was just trying to read it.
Okay, yeah, that sounds fair.
So,
So it still has all 3 charges then.
I'd like to use
All right,
2
this-
charges if possible.
Okay.
While
This
they-
only lasts...
Oh,
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, this only lasts for 1 minute, so you guys tell me when to cast it.
how do I use these charge things? Just hit short rest twice, or
No, so as far as using the hit dice for it, you will just roll whatever yours are, which are a D8, I think. Hang on. Hit points for you are a D8. So roll 2 D8. So bottom right corner, you see where the list of dice are. It'd be the third from the left. Just click it twice, and then in the box you'll see 2. There you go. All right, plus your con modifier.
By the way, don't worry about... I'll take care of Sarah. I think I can handle it. Let me double check here. I can do Thunder Step with when I have someone.
it'll be 10 total hit points that you just healed.
You could also ride the broom and I could just hold on.
What was the D4 for G?
Oh no, never
I had a
mind.
potion of healing that I'm using. So.
Okay.
I can't.
It's 2D4 plus 2
oh, wait, yeah.
G, so
Can.
it'll be 6 total hit points for you.
Okay.
You guys are covering your own hit points, right? Do you need me to apply them for you? Do you got it?
I'm good on mine.
Okay. Go ahead and mark
Okay.
that out of your inventory, 2G.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, me and Sarah will be pulling up the rear. I'm gonna go ahead and I got one of my little abilities I can use to just warp us all the way to where we're gonna end up. So we'll bring
so-
up the end.
Where is it that you're going then? Because Thunderstep doesn't have, I don't think, well, how do I say
So
this?
when the doors open, right
Mhm.
after I cast that,
Mhm.
and then we open the doors, I'm going to see the spot in front of the stairs and cast it there. So basically across the outside the hallway.
Okay, hang on. There, that might be less than what you can do with it if you wanted to. Let me double check here real quick.
Okay.
Nope, never mind. I wasn't sure if you actually had to see the target or just know it.
Well, it says I have to
door. Yeah, it does say you have to see
see
it,
within
so.
range. So
Yep.
that's why I was like, as long as the
Okay.
doors open, I should be able to see it.
Yeah. All right. So you are gonna. Well, okay. Go ahead. You guys. What we're gonna do is as soon as you open the door, we're gonna roll initiative, but all of you guys will kind of get your chance essentially because the door is going to swing open the moment you guys unclick that immovable rod.
Yeah.
Everybody understand?
Well, assuming the two that are the people that are beaten on it don't, go and
Well,
cast
that's
it.
what I'm saying is because they're hitting the door also. So you click the rod. If one of them happens to hit it with a hammer and it goes swinging open, somebody might get knocked out by a door opening. For
So
all
the
Yeah,
first
so use Mage Hand to take it if you can, like to grab the immovable
Well,
rod.
I can. Do
I
that.
can't. Yeah, if you want, you can. Well, all right. Then in that case, I guess we'll go first. Then in that case, because I gotta
All
be
right.
right next to you. I'm gonna grab you, and then I'm gonna pull you with me no. Everyone, stay a little bit away from me because I don't want to hurt you with my magic moving abilities.
Okay, real quick. While everyone was healing, I would glance down at the scroll to see if he wrote anything, since he didn't say anything through Camazon.
Okay, then what you see written there is, "This is the last time I can do this today. I was hoping you would save this for an emergency, ...
Well, I'm just gonna write down, since we're pretty sure we know where he is now, we should be good. I really appreciate it.
Okay, Norok, take a few steps away. Make sure everyone stands back from me for about 10 feet. So everyone give me 10 feet of movement. Except for you, Sarah. You stay right next to me when you grab the thing.
Yep. Nope.
All right.
So should we be like back a little bit from the door?
Well, are you going to use Mage Hand to grab the rod?
Yeah, I can use Mage Hand to grab it and pull it
Oh,
towards me real
perfect.
quick.
All right.
And then I can have the rod in my hand and we can bamf out.
Tell you what, guys. If the first two bash through this door after the rods are removed, give it 2 seconds and then give it just a second, and then they'll get hopefully knocked down by my little thunder step. So real quick, what I was planning on doing is casting Hypnotic Pattern outside the door, and then immediately after doing thunder step. But would it be okay if, I retcon so that I actually have thunder step kind of almost? No, it's not prepared. I guess
Those are both actions. You can't.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I am going to.
You need a 6-second gap.
Yep. You're right. So never mind.
If-
We'll just do the best we can.
If the door, if where we need to be is less than, I think it's 60 feet, maybe it's 30. Hang on, let me double check.
The problem is
30 feet away, then I can Misty Step myself.
yeah, it's just also a action to remove the rod. So the rods was kind of effing us here.
Yeah, but if
It'd be
I'm
real
not-
handy if somebody else in the party had a mage hand.
Nazim?
Cute.
Hey, Nazim, do you have
That's
the
my
ability
cue.
to grab
That he
that?
said soccer.
You did.
All right, Nazim, you grab the mage hand. I'm gonna cast this. I'm gonna cast this spell, and as soon as I do, you cast that, and then we'll see if we can get the hell out of here. All right?
All right.
Okay,
fantastic.
now Misty Step only takes myself out.
No,
Can't kill
I'll.
with-
That's fine. Don't worry about that.
Who has
Just
the
know
broom?
that you're going straight and to the left over by the stairs.
Okay,
Who
well,
has
as
the
soon as
broom?
I think she still has a broom. Sarah?
Yeah. You can use the broom if you want, since I'm gonna Misty Step myself out.
No, I can still run. Don't worry. I've got feet. That's not a problem.
Okay, because as soon as the door is open, if I can see 30 feet back, then I can just Misty Step myself there.
Yeah, you'll be fine. In fact, you go ahead and handle that. I'll be right here. I'm kind of oh, that's right. I can't quite see over this, can I? I'm just gonna stand on it. I'm gonna climb up on it.
By now, the hammer bashing against the top on one corner. It seems like two different hammers are hitting one corner of the top side of the door, and it's like bent open enough that you're seeing the hammers smack the inside of the door.
All right,
Right.
We're
I got
going.
the rod out because I'm gonna have to cast this through the rod.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cast hypnotic pattern. So I move it around, say some words, and you probably see a few tiny little things. Flashes coming
target.
through.
30 feet
No,
cube
hypnotic
within
pattern
range.
is
Okay.
everyone.
I casted daylight on my little orb that I carry around, so
Okay.
they're gonna follow us.
Okay.
I
That
lost my
is
rig.
not concentration, and because you still have concentration on bestial spirit, but not
Yeah.
on the vine anymore. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as the door opens, I'll Misty Step. So.
Okay.
So I cast that. They have a DC 17 Wisdom save,
All right.
and then we're going. That's concentration too. So. Darn it.
Well, one got a natural 20. All right, hang on. Let me do some application here real quick. I got to
Okay.
apply this to DC 17.
Yep, 17.
Well, I didn't roll this private, so you can actually see.
Yeah, I saw. There were
only one of
14,
them.
17, 20, etc.
Only one of them
That's all
did
right.
not save.
Who knows? Yeah. It's a risk.
And that's incapacitated.
Incapacitated completely, yeah. They can't
Alright.
do anything. They just stand
But
there
I mean,
staring
the incapacitated is the condition, right?
up.
Not stunned,
Double
not-
check. I'm almost positive. Incapacitated, yeah. Completely incapacitated. Speed of 0.
Okay, and they're it's the same effect as stun. So, charm for the duration. Okay, cool. All right. I don't think you know without
No.
seeing them if
Nope,
it affects
can't
you.
see
Yeah,
'em.
which ones?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Okay. Then go ahead and all of you. I put you in the combat tracker. Go ahead and roll your initiatives. You can kick this off in whatever order you want, and then we'll start the initiative order.
Okay, now I have a question. Did my initiative, when I took Wizard, add my intelligence modifier? Because it's supposed to add 2 to my initiative.
I can tell you from your sheet.
Womp
The
womp.
initiative calculation is pretty simple. Let's see here. Initiative +3 is that's only your dex that's shown there. So where it says modifier at the bottom, it should be what, your intelligence also?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So it would be a total of 5 now. So what did you already roll your initiative?
Yeah, so
This time?
Yeah, so it's 23 now,
Okay.
because it was 21.
Yoinks.
Here, let me move Norok down. There we go. I can't change your initiative manually. I can just
I couldn't
scroll
figure
it.
out how to do
I'll just
that
put you at the
either.
top for now.
I
Well,
thought it was
there's an
super weird.
add-on. There's an add-on for reflowing the initiative order, but it won't let me change the number. Only move the order. So I just put her above Norok, but Norok's at a 16 when he should be at a 21. So I'll have to, if everything else in the initiative order is in a different place, then I'll need to move them so that, the bestial spirit goes on your turn, right, Fox?
I'll be
Right
right
after
up.
my turn.
Yeah, right after you. Okay. Yeah, you guys didn't have a great. Well, like your plan's fine. I'm not saying your plan's not good. I'm just saying that the situation is not in your favor.
Definitely not.
Yeah, this easily could actually be a TPK. So just be mindful of that, and we'll go ahead and get started here. Let me start some. Let's see if I can find. There it is. Yes, this is definitely the song we need for this. Just so that everybody knows that Guile only fights without his eyebrows. All right. Okay. So who then? The door is not open yet. So what's the plan? What are we doing?
Well, if it's my turn, I'm just holding my action until the door is open.
Well, okay. So basically what we'll do is we'll start the initiative order with these guys are going to be surprised at least for a moment, at least for the first couple of them. Probably not the entire turn. But we'll start with the door opening. So the door is not open yet. What are you guys doing?
I'm just ready Misty Step with the rod for as soon as it's open.
Okay. Door's not open yet. So who's opening the door? What's happening?
Wasn't Nazim or somebody using Mage Hand to grab it to keep the removal rod so we don't lose it?
Yeah, I was about to say I can shoot the hand out and pop the button to take that immovable rod.
Okay.
And then throw the immovable rod back in my hand.
Okay.
But I'm going to hold off
Back.
on that until everyone is absolutely ready. And once everyone's ready, give me the word, I cast, and we go.
Okay.
Alright, hang on, I'm gonna get just slightly closer. So, because they open in, so I don't.
They
wanna
open,
get
yeah, they
hit
open
by
in.
the door.
Yeah, but
If
you
I'm
do need to
standing
be
there-
okay. But Pogo is standing on an altar behind you, next to a body. Pogo,
Okay.
you
Yeah,
see
I'm
Sarah
here.
moving. You see her moving out of range of you.
No, she's just doing Misty Step.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not doing? Okay, all right.
No, we changed it.
You guys keep changing the plan.
Everyone on their own.
All right. Okay. Then
If
go
I
ahead.
stand there, do I feel like I'm gonna get hit by the door when it's
No,
open?
you're just outside the range of it. You're going to get like a gust of air.
Great. So that's where I'm gonna be.
Okay. Come on, not everybody at once.
I thought I already went. Like I thought I casted that and then
Well, the door has to be open first. The door is not open yet.
All right, is everybody ready to pop it?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, casting telekinetic hand.
Okay.
Popping the button.
All right,
drop it,
then-
the removal rod goes in my pocket.
Right. Then you snap that off. You yank the hand up and over Sarah's head to not knock her out. The door flings open. All of you immediately see a shower of sparkling lights in the room beyond, illuminating the space there, and 4 heavily armored soldiers that immediately start rushing in this direction. 2 of them already with hammers up like they had been hitting the door, and 1 standing in the back in the kind of silver armor who appears to be somewhat transfixed by the sparkles. Okay, Sarah's Misty stepping.
Yep.
remember, don't look at the sparkles. Just get out of that area.
So 30 feet as far as it'll take me.
Well, look where 30 feet takes you.
Fuck.
You still have your
No.
movement and just keep your eyes closed. I did tell you just keep your eyes closed.
Yeah. And on top of that, too, you do just kind of peeking between the cloaks and arms of these soldiers. They're smacking the door. You see that the place that you're trying to teleport to just happens to be next to the pacifier, who is kind of looking up at these sparkling colors and swaying in place.
Great.
Does not look to be a threat at the the
Great. Then
Now that was some good
can I
luck,
use-
as he was literally the one in the back, and he's the only one that happened to fail.
Can I use my movement now?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah.
Okay. So, 15.
That was only, so that's 10 now. Remember, you can move diagonal too.
Right. That's a door right there, right?
Yes, and it is open.
And it goes southeast, so that's where I'm going.
Okay.
20, 25, 30. As far as I can get.
Okay. All right, and any that was bonus action to Misty Step. Any actions?
You can dash again if you want to run further.
I'll tell you that looking straight down that hallway, it looks like it's all residential rooms. It looks like it's sleeping quarters, and Pogo did tell you that he checked the sleeping quarters.
Okay. So then this isn't the area they were talking about.
I would say that you would intuit that from what Pogo had told you, is that he looked in the rectory, the sleeping quarters, and all of these, you're seeing a bunch of small rooms with very dimly lit lights. Most of the doors are open, and they're all very close together. This looks like this is like home. These are people's sleeping quarters.
Okay.
So you're gathering that based on what he told you, this is probably not where, or did he check this area and that's not that your father was not here.
All right. Then I guess I will dash back out the door and up the stairs, which is apparently where they're going.
Okay.
So 15, 20, 25, 30. That's it.
All right. Well, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Any action? So you dashed then also. All right.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
would have had to have dashed.
Okay. Then we come to Norok. Norok, the doors burst open. You see Sarah disappear into a puff of shadow, and see these armored soldiers begin to step inside. They're in heavy black armor and look certainly a significant threat.
Okay. And guys, the plan is to run, right? I'm talking to the team. I'm just asking you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully you said that beforehand, because now may not be playing deciding time. Now might be playing an action time.
Oh, I'm just double checking before we go. So, excuse me. I
No,
am
go ahead.
going to use my turn for this guy in front of me and use intimidating presence on him and see if I can get him feared.
Okay. Go ahead and click it.
Ooh, this sounds a little new.
You got it recently, like
10.
level 8 or 9. Was it 10? Okay.
I think it was 10. So I think it would be a 16.
Yep, it is 10.
proficiency plus strength. So I think it would be 8 plus 8. So I think it'd be 16. I think.
All right. Or strength, yep. Okay. Are we frightened to you? Okay. So a 16 that he'll need to make. And he rolls a 26 total.
Yikes!
You growl in his... In fact, actually... Yeah, if anything, he would have had advantage on the check, but even without it, he still passes. But you growl in his face, and he's still kind of holding the maul up. He kind of gives you a very subtle nod, and then just holds his maul up in front of himself like he's gonna swing at you.
Okay. Then I will... Can I get through him, or is he blocking it? Like, can I walk past him?
You could go around him.
Keep your eyes shut in that area, by the way.
Yeah.
Or just run through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you end your turn in it, I think... Justin, will you click it again, but don't consume the spell slot? It may only affect whoever's there initially, or it would affect them if you end your turn there. It'll be one of those two.
I don't think it does. I think it actually is... Here, I'll click it.
Well, it wouldn't just be passing through. Like it's generally either start your turn there, end your turn there, or only when it's actually cast.
There you go.
Appears for a moment and then vanishes, so it's not even there anymore. Yeah.
Okay.
In the area who sees the pattern, so meaning when it's cast because it's already gone. So there's no
okay.
so it's not going to bother anybody else.
All right, never mind, guys. I really need to learn my spells.
But you still have to hold concentration to keep the effect on the one guy. Then that's all. So as long as if that guy's not a threat anymore. Hang on, G. So you couldn't go that way. To get around him, you would have to go like this. Like basically, you see. So here, where you were, the only way to get around him would be to go to the southeast and then the northeast. You'd be kind of running between these guys. Do you understand? You can't get through him to the north side. And the only reason that you'd be able to do that is because if the other guy was already blocking the doorway, you wouldn't have been able to. So that'll be that's 10 to get there.
Okay, because I don't know if I can make my move diagonally or not. So
yeah, you can. Everybody can move diagonally.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now, as soon as you start leaving these guys' spaces, you understand what's happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I just say this isn't chess to where you could only move a certain amount of ways?
Yeah, I mean the options as far as movement are you can move diagonals. Don't abuse the distance is the only way that I'd say that, because I don't use the optional rule where every other one is 10 feet. That kind of stuff. So basically, if you go diagonally, technically you could abuse it and get faster. You could move further. But as long as you're not doing that, which nobody does, then that wouldn't be an issue. Okay.
Before I go through the ridge.
If someone's gonna try to attack him, I'm gonna use my reaction to cast Cutting Words.
Well, you see the one that he was in front of. Norak growls in his face. That the guy kind of gives him a subtle nod and lifts them all, about to swing at him, and Norak dips underneath, starts to kind of dive between them. The Residor in front of him swings them all, just barely missing behind Norak. You made it through the first guy. You're about to exit two more of their attacks of opportunity if they're going to spend their reactions to do so. So if you're going to keep moving, G, you're going to get two more attempts.
Okay. I already used my action.
Okay. All right. So two more are there that they'll attempt to swing at you.
You're taking a weird path, bro.
He's doing it. Honestly, he's doing it smart though. Like he's trying to avoid as many opportunity attacks as he can.
Run with the ball! Run with the ball, Norak! Can I cast Cutting Words as a reaction?
Sure.
Or I use it? Yeah. So I'm gonna use Cutting Words.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your. Is it a D10 now for you?
Yeah, it's a D10. So you get a subtracted D10.
You roll it. Not
I
him.
roll it. That's right.
Yeah. And it costs one of your. All right, well, with 10. Okay, so the 24 would have hit, the 18, both of them would have hit, so only one of the two, basically. You distract one of the men that swing at him. Norak, you only take one hit from the 3 attempts at you. Did I have Pogo selected or something? No, I rolled those. I'm not seeing the... Oh, there it is, sorry. It's 14 damage, G. But you already raged, so 14 and a half. You only take 7 damage, G.
Okay.
Okay. as all three of those the residors that are in the doorway there, all three of them swung at you. Only one of them managed to connect as Pogo distracted one with an insult about his mother of some kind, probably. So you actioned as your bonus action was your rage. Your action was your intimidating presence. Is that your max movement to get there?
Yeah, because I was over a little bit north of the table before, or above the table before on the map. So I used, I think, 10 feet to even get out the door.
No,
so I
not
think
quite. No, it was only 5 to get there. Oh, that's right. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Okay. No, you were. You were further away from the door. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, you have 5 feet more.
Okay. Then I will just keep on heading that way.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. Then now we come to the Residor. I would say, actually, that Arteme, you daylighted the hallway, right? Or you daylighted your object to kind of shine through the hallway?
Yeah.
Okay.
I realized after that I would have been a bit closer to the door for the daylight to actually go through, but it told me I can't move because the combat thing is in order, so I would have been like...
Oh, shit, sorry, I didn't mean to... There you go. It's back to free movement. Go ahead.
That's not what I was trying to...
I'll get rid of that. You can go ahead and move yourself. Okay.
Here.
All right, and you're just trying to kind of beam, daylight beam all of them?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to say they're going to have advantage against these because they're wearing visored helmets, and they're not. It is dark down here, but it's not pitch black. Like there is light, so they'll have advantage against the checks. But we'll at least see if they get enough time to cover themselves. Oops, I meant to roll those with advantage, but. The 10 and the 11, so 2 of the Residors are temporarily, I wouldn't say blinded, but temporarily distracted. I'll give them the blinded condition for their first turn, so they'll have disadvantage against attack rolls.
Okay.
Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. Hush.
There are a lot of people in this combat tracker.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. Are the pacifiers, the ones in the silver, are those the stronger ones or the weaker ones?
No, the avatars are stronger ones, and we haven't run across Residors yet, so...
Do we think...
know what
So
those
there's
are.
a priest, and there's 2 Residors,
Be right back.
and
Just
one
real quick.
of those guys.
Well, I'm assuming since the priest is in gold, he's probably going to be the toughest.
Ooh.
He's wearing
Oh
gold
no,
armor.
black? Yeah, that's true. That's pretty neat. Didn't we fight, when we fought outside, there was 1 guy in gold and 2 in silver, so I think the silver guys were the weaker ones.
Yeah, that's the avatar.
Okay, I'm back, sorry.
Oh. So pacifier, maybe this is supposed to be, maybe that's white armor instead of silver. I don't know.
The pacifiers are in silver, the avatars are in gold, and the Residors are in black.
Alright, so
Alright,
the
the
priest
way
is
Jeremy said that makes me, the way that Jeremy says that makes me think the black ones might be strong.
the Residors.
Yeah, this is the first time you guys have even seen them, and I'll tell you that their mauls are glimmering with a metal that any arcane caster is going to have some dread over. If you get hit by that hammer, you won't be able to cast spells.
Great, so their hammer is made out of that metal.
Yeah.
Great.
Not a permanent effect, but at least it'll be a temporary effect that you will be cut off for at least a short amount of time. All right, so that was Arteme casted the for the kind of pre-door opening prep. She casted that to blind them. Nazim, you used an action to grab the majig. But did you have anything you wanted to do with bonus action or anything once the door opened? Before we go to full-on initiative order?
I just want to see if possibly I could run through it as well, but since I use an action, I can't dash, so I guess 30 feet is my max, right?
Yeah.
It's going to put me right next to the priest.
You'll also have... okay.
The attacks unless you don't know.
Well, here's the thing. I was going to say that you would be provoking opportunity attacks during that run, but you did see Norok just barrel through them, and all of them kind of swing, and they're still kind of, at the exertion of that swing, and therefore probably you don't feel like they could swing at you also. So now might be the time.
And we're not in initiative yet, right?
Well, I mean, we're going to be. This is basically like this is your... Think of it kind of like a surprise round, essentially. That's not really how surprise works in D&D 5e, but you basically have a moment to... a very, half turn kind of a moment to get through this.
I'll probably just jump as fast as I can to here. That's my max.
Okay.
Here,
That looks about right. Yeah.
I'll just prepare to make a mad dash on my next run.
Okay. Arteme, you...
Eyes are closed.
Okay. Arteme, did you have any bonus actions, Nazim? You wanted to do?
Not right now, no.
Okay. All right, Arteme, your action was daylight. Did you want to spend any movement to move?
Yeah, I mean, that was pre-door though, so when do I have an action post-door opening?
No. Door. As soon as doors open, we're full initiative order. That's where Sarah and Norok spent their turns. So this is you're basically, if you were holding off, basically you would have. Yeah, it's like just essentially like a half turn, because you didn't really surprise these guys. They knew you would be coming through, or at least that the door would come down, one of the two, so they were prepared. But you would just have, a brief fraction of, a couple of seconds, basically, to do something.
Okay, I'm going to.
Your turn is coming up though in a couple of turns, so you have your actual first turn and then two.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just gonna dash the stairs.
Okay. Daylight was your action though, so you can't dash unless you can bonus action dash, but you can at least use your movement to run anyway.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just use my movement to run then.
Okay. Go ahead and move yourself for your 30 feet or whatever. You'll have to go around them, so it'll be down to the right and then northeast and then so on.
Put it there then.
Can you get that far? Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It'd be one less. It'd be like there.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Then that is everybody. Except, Kamazoth. Oh, sorry. Except for Pogo, who is still standing next to the body. Yeah, Pogo, go ahead. I didn't see you were kind of bloodied in with the body there.
I'm hidden.
Yeah.
Okay, so as my bonus action, I am going to take out that jar of hag's blood that I've been carrying around for a bit.
Okay.
And I'm going to kind of, let's see. I'm probably going to move 5 feet back, seeing that my first thing didn't work out terribly well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pour it on this table, casting this giant vine. And I'm going to have that vine as its action. Try to reach out and grab the southernmost Residor and try to pull it towards him. So he has to make a... Damn it, why do we keep closing... I keep closing my character sheet because I don't know why.
Pop it out and put it on the second monitor. Use the pop out and put it on the second monitor.
Leah stole my second monitor, and now I've got...
Oh, you don't have... I thought you had 3, though.
Awkward... I have 2 now.
Okay.
No, 3 was I have 2 laptops and 1 monitor that I now share between the 2 of them. That's what she meant, and that's why it bothers me that I try to explain it. And she's like, no, it's fine.
All right, DC 17 for this guy then?
Yeah, DC 17 dex save.
Okay. Fails.
And so they get pulled all the way to that table where that vine is.
All right.
And I am actually going to use the rest of my movement to...
20 feet directly toward the vine, okay.
Yep. Go all the way back here. That's my full motion. So that was my bonus action and my movement. And I'm going to make sure this door stays open so I can still keep an eye on the rest of the party outside.
Okay.
And
I'll tell you, you can
turn.
barely see over them. Like, that table is tall. The altar that you jumped off of. So,
Got it.
yeah,
I'll
you can
keep that in
you
mind.
can see the tops of heads. So, yeah, you wouldn't be able to see floor or anything. All right, that's it. You're going to stay there?
Yep.
All right, so yanked the Residor in through the doorway.
I'm going to also yell out, "Why don't you come and get me, you big burly bastards!"
All right. Then the Residor that you yanked in kind of smashes into this kind of stone table, this operating table. Not enough to injure him, but he's still disoriented from the blinding from the daylight. And that takes us through all of it then. So we are into actual initiative now, by the way, guys. So for the Residor that is outside the door, he kind of shaking his head, trying to kind of clear the blindness of the daylight that is still kind of beaming in the room here. He goes rushing in, stumbling past his friends here into the room after the voice, not being able to actually see well. He just hears a taunt coming from inside. 5, 10, 15, 20. He can get to here, running in that way. He can barely make out that there's a bat form in front of him, so he's going to try to, I guess, Guiding Bolt Kamazov.
Wait, we would know that Kamazov can like move on its own, right?
Yeah, he just hasn't yet.
Okay. Like we're not just like ditching him.
No, I was carrying him because he was a GPS.
Right now, he's
back
under control. Well, he's currently being controlled by Corn's. Well, you guys don't know this. You just know that he's glowing, and Sarah told you that that's when Corn's Antlers is controlling him. But that does not hit. Which brings us to Kamazov, actually. So, with Kamazov's turn, see if he can get some revenge here. That 5th is the best he's going to do. He can get the both of them. And one fails, one succeeds, so half damage to one. Alright, so 7 to 1, 19 to the other. And that brings us to Artemis' turn. Fox.
Yeah. I'm gonna dash to the stairs.
Oh, actually, that would also hit the other guy in the door, too. Sorry, go ahead.
Dash up to the stairs.
Alright. Your full action? Because
Meanwhile,
dashing.
I'm just yelling, "You'll never take me and the 7 other people back here alive!"
You're lucky that guy was blinded because he would have seen everybody, kind of rushing through. But in the chaos, he just heard your taunt and he goes running through. That's just your movement, Artemis. So if you're going to dash, you'd have another 30 feet. If you're going to spend your action to run, you'll have another 30 feet.
I'm trying to remember where the corridor was that the door was.
There's literally one room that I didn't go into, like all the way, and it bugs me. And it's
and it's the one room.
I had to literally like look like on the map, and I'm like, it's that one room, that one fucking room.
If only you guys had taken a minute to like draw a map out.
Was it this room over here?
You don't know.
I'm gonna tell you that Artemis would remember it's not that room. No.
Okay.
I guess
your memory. Artemis' memory is better than Fox's memory, and since it only happened half an hour ago, not a week ago, that it'd be a little easy to remember that it was further down from there.
Okay. Because normally I do make a map of the place, but we were kind of in a rush to find Sarah,
exactly.
so I didn't make a map this time.
Yeah.
But I will be like doing a tiny bit of a crude map this time.
Okay. I'm going to tell you that as soon as you go rushing up the stairs, you do hear a surprised sound, like another soldier who may have just been not caught off guard, but like just realizing that somebody's coming and standing up. You hear metal like clinking, like they're standing up.
Right. Okay. So I moved about 30 feet then?
Yeah, you moved about 30 there, and if you're going to dash, then you have another 30 feet if you're going to. But you won't have an action, of course, then, or a separate action.
Okay, well then, if I'm hearing that, I won't completely dash.
Okay. The sound is coming. There's a body laying on the floor over there, which you know is the one that Nazim had killed, and the metal is coming from right beside the body, like maybe somebody was investigating the body or something. So it's right up around the corner to the left of you.
Okay. I'm gonna use Produce Flame.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm gonna shoot it in that direction.
Let's see. Do you have to have a target, or can you just throw it? And when you cast a spell as an action or later turn, you hurl a flame at a creature. So it does have to be at a creature. You can't see him yet. You'd have to move a little bit more to be able to see him, which you would need to spend your action to do, and therefore couldn't do that.
Okay, well, I was gonna aim for the body.
Okay, that's fine.
And hope I hit something.
Sure. Let's see, does it have any kind of... Okay. With a 20, I'll say that you can easily hit the body, and it sets the kind of... It was wearing these heavy woolen clergy robes, and immediately catches it alight. There is a surprised sound, and then a jerking away, like the metal, whoever's in the metal armor has stepped away from the body, further away from you, essentially, further down that area back there, in surprise. Doesn't sound like injured. It doesn't sound like they were hurt, but
I wasn't trying. Hurt wasn't my intention.
Sure,
it was
that's fine.
just to move them away from us.
Sure. Well, it sounds like you've accomplished that because you did hear them like jerking away from the now, catching the body beginning to catch flame. Any bonus actions?
Nope.
All right. Then we will come to the bestial spirit.
I'm gonna send it to scout ahead a bit.
Okay. What's its movement? It is. I gave you the full stats and everything for it too. So, in flight form, it has 30 feet normal walking. In flight form under special movement, it is 60 feet. So it has 60 feet if it's flying. So go ahead and move it wherever you want it to go. You should have ownership of it, I think.
I don't actually see it on the map.
It is just southwest of Norrock. Here, I'll move him up to you. So that would be 30 feet to there. So go ahead and move him wherever else you want him to go.
I did not have ownership.
Oh. Let me change that.
All right. Well, I'll just say that you're.
Oh, it still said you're hostile. You're not hostile.
You're not hostile.
All right.
You'll
What do
never
you?
pick me and the baker's dozen of us alive.
It can get to about there, like around to the top of the other stairs, if that works for you.
Yep.
Okay. Then that brings us to the one in the middle of the room here, with Nazim square in front of him and Norok just beside. He is going to spin around, kind of preparing his hammer to swing in Nazim's direction as he puts Nazim between himself and Norok, and is going to swing them all at Nazim with a natural 1. Coming around, trying to grab, trying to
Should
just
have been a halfling.
clock to clock Nazim in the head. These guys hate halflings, remember? But he tries to clock Nazim in the head. Nazim, you flash him your blinding farmer smile, and the maul goes wide above your head and crashes into the wooden wall behind you, that kind of doors behind you. They kind of rattle a little bit. It seems almost ramshackle, like it was built hastily, but clearly way out of the way to actually be of any use to hitting you, and spinning himself until he kind of falls forward, nearly falling prone, but landing kind of onto a knee beside you. And we come to of the most employee of the month awards. That is which one? That one is inside. So Justin, the vine that is holding the Residor inside, the one that you grasped with it. What are the perpetual effects? Does it do anything else?
Oh, nothing. No, it just
Okay.
pulls them.
Okay.
So I can have it lash out 30 feet in any direction and just pull something to it.
Okay.
I was just trying to take some tension off the group.
Sure. All right. Then in that case, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He can get in through the door. He comes charging in through the doorway. Not quite there, but basically in the doorway here. Preparing to bring his Otataro Warhammer down on you.
Well, I'm definitely using cutting words here.
With a natural 20.
Oof. Don't know if it's going to matter. No. Well, I got a 19. If I get a 10.
Give it a shot.
Would that matter on 20? All right, here, let's try it. Ooh, boy. Whew. Big money, no whammies, no whammies.
I would say that they could at least reduce it from not being a crit.
Oh.
No, that'll still be a 21, which will still hit.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So for a crit with his hammer, 30 damage.
Yeah.
And
I'll take it off. And what
you're
else?
okay. Yeah, go ahead and apply that then. And also, Norok, you just getting ready to kind of maybe rush past this guy. The pacifier that is standing in front of you shakes his head awkwardly and then kind of looks up at you and his eyes focus.
Even with a 17?
Oh shit! Sorry, hang on. Well, it's half that would be if. Never mind. Okay.
Oh.
Actually, still a 17. You just barely beat it because it would be half damage, which was 30. Thankfully, it didn't roll too high for a 15. Never mind. You still succeed on the con save. So he is still still stunned. Never mind. All right. And then for a second swing.
Yep. I can only use cutting words once. Yeah, I can only.
Well, you
use
only
it
have one
once.
reaction. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no! All right. Well, I might be in jail for a bit, guys.
Well.
Wait. Let me double check. Let me see if I got anything that could help.
Sure.
Nope, that's just as a bonus action. And Yeah, I'm there. That'll help.
All right.
Hold on one second. Let me double check.
Anything that can reduce the damage? Anything?
I'm trying to. No, because it wouldn't be, because I already used my reaction, and I don't really have anything that could do that either.
Back-to-back crits, dude. That is brutal. They don't hit that hard, but with the crit on there, that does add up to a lot.
Naturally stealthy, nimbleness. No, move through spaces, spellcasting, hit points, jack of all trades. Nope. I'm unconscious, and I do not think anyone can see me back here. Man, my plan of
drawing their attention.
Understep afterwards is really paying off for me.
All right. Then
so yeah, what's the damage? It could be low.
31.
Could be low.
It was 31.
Oh, 31 damage?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm unconscious. Barely, but I'm unconscious.
In that case, I didn't mean to roll that for you, but in that case, the concentration for sure falls. Meaning that the pacifier in front of you, Norok, does snap out of it. I would say that you guys, did hear 2 heavy hammer hits and maybe a pogo scream of some sort. And that brings us to the pacifier now in front of Norok, who is no longer incapacitated. Is having shaken himself out of it, Norok going to immediately step in your direction and swing his flail at you. Actually, he's going to shield bash you first, which is a save you got to make, G, for a DC 15 strength save. There we go. Or be knocked prone. He steps forward and just tries to smash you in the basically like from chest to face with his shield. So DC 15 strength save, G.
Alright, it's still not rolling when I hate it, so do you want to just roll it, or I can roll a 20 and it's a +4, so...
I can roll it for you. Why is it not rolling? It was working for you. It just stopped all of a sudden?
It's been that way. My stats won't let me roll checks or saves, so it's been that way for weeks now.
If you click on yourself and then use the hotbar in the top, like click on yourself and then use the hotbar up there and then go to saves and then hit strength. Does that work? Did you see anything on your side, like a dice roll or anything? Ben?
Hang on.
All right.
Okay.
There we go. Okay.
Did it work?
It did work. Unfortunately, it was a natural 1. Jeez, you guys are... This is really looking...
But I can see Norok from here, right?
Just barely. Around the corner, yeah.
How far am I from him?
Less than 30 feet. You're within range, yeah.
Alright, then I'm going to use my last thing. For my...
Oh, your time thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, is that... Okay, that is your reaction, though, right? Wait. Don't you have the luck thing? The halfling luck in range, or was that...
I know, I have it.
Pogo has that, okay.
I have the everyone gets it, basically.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so you're using your last chronal shift for the day?
Yep, so he gets to reroll.
Okay, go ahead and roll that again, G.
Okay.
That for real, like that's huge, because it would have knocked him prone, which means all of his attacks would have been advantage on Norok, which doesn't sound like a lot, but Norok doesn't have unlimited hit points,
Oh, hang on. Would I have advantage on that since I'm raging?
Yes, you would. You have advantage on strength saves and strength checks because of rage. So never mind, Becky, you still have your chrono shift. Good thing for remembering how your character works, G.
I don't know for once.
It was a 15, so you still failed with the reroll.
Alright, well, we'll use it then. Okay, so roll one more time.
Okay. How many rerolls can we give Norok to prevent him from being knocked prone? There we go. That's enough. He smashes you with the shield. You kind of push it away, just literally with your hands, just shoving the shield away. He brings his maul around then to club you with it instead, after failing to knock you down. What, G?
If it hits, I'll use my tribal endurance on it.
Okay. 17?
Yeah.
All right,
16
go ahead.
So yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Then it does 10 damage, cut in half is 5, so apply 5 damage to yourself, and then go ahead and use your tribal endurance.
Okay.
Why do I have
Nazim,
3 pounds of neuralium dust? And what is...
Neuralium dust. It's the crystal shit that you guys picked up.
Oh, got it.
The broken crystals.
That makes sense.
Nazim, Arteme, and Pogo picked some up.
Mm-hmm.
Did you apply your damage, G?
Oh, hang on. I'm doing the roll.
Okay. I'll apply the damage for you.
Okay. Well, this is to shrug off part of the damage, so that is that plus my con mod, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's con mod is more than 3, so it's back to 7. right, then I'll put that back up. All right. Are you going to use the you have not used your reaction yet. You ran through them.
I
but
don't
you
think
didn't.
so.
Yeah, you didn't.
I think I used everything.
There's another natural one.
That's
All
how
right.
it works.
Yep, that
Okay.
will not. So you attempt to swing back at him after he clubs you, but you just shrug off the smack of the hammer against your chest, not feeling any pain from it whatsoever, but the kind of half-hearted attack to swing back at him was unsuccessful. Nazim, we come back to you.
Alright, so I'm next to this guy here. If I try and escape this guy, he has a swing at me, correct?
Yes, he has not spent his reaction yet, so yes.
Unless you disengage.
Yeah, you can spend your action to disengage if you choose to, or if you have some teleporting mechanics or something like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking of helping out now because it looks like things are hitting the fan. Pogo's still stuck in that cell, too.
I
Well,
just
I'm
refreshed on
clear
my
that-
side real quick, guys. So
you
I
guys
don't think
probably you probably did
Uh,
not see me do this. Like
Nazim,
you heard.
Nazim definitely with his passive of 18 would have heard you
Yeah.
get clubbed twice and then your shout get cut off early. So I would say Nazim definitely would recognize it. Probably Norark too, as close as they are.
I could definitely use a small leather.
He's technically halflings are still medium creatures, right? Or are they small?
No, we're small creatures.
Okay.
What little guys?
You can make a lampshade out of that, Nazim.
Yeah, you could.
Thinking about some socks, but
You do realize he's talking about you, right?
Yeah. Hey, I mean, if I die,
I feel like
yeah,
exactly.
You gotta
Yeah, I
use
feel
every
like
part of the halfling, like a Native American.
Pogo would be proud to have a second life as a pair of leather socks.
There you go.
small little kidney drinking cups. Alright, let's go with the guy next to me. I'm going to not break off. I'm going to actually cast the Eldritch Blast
Okay.
directly onto him.
Okay. Because he's within 5 feet of you, you'll actually have advantage. If you were further away, you'd have disadvantage because he's prone, technically. But because he's right in front of you, you have advantage on the attack roll.
Yep. So I'll cast Eldritch Blast.
All right. Go ahead and click the attack roll again. 16 would still hit. Hang on. Would 16 hit on these guys? 16 just barely hits on this guy. But go ahead and roll it again just in case it's a crit. Nope. All right, but the 16 will still hit. So go ahead and roll the damage. And are you doing just one blast against this guy?
Yeah, pretty much all the arcs are going to go into this guy. So
Okay.
I think
All right.
Casts,
Well, go ahead and click the-
5,
yeah,
3d8,
yeah. Go ahead and-
11.
Yeah, go ahead and click the damage now for the first beam. All right, for 9 damage into him. All right, go ahead and click the attack roll again. And same thing, it'll still have advantage. Not the damage again, the attack.
Oh, sorry.
And click it twice. Okay, so 21, that'll still hit, but if it's a crit, nope. All right, go ahead and click the damage one more time. All right, for another 11 into him. All right, well, shit, he is like literally on the hit point that would make him bloodied. The bolts, he's barely like kind of with the maul still hung down, just the weight of the maul holding him down, starting to stand himself back up again, and you just almost touching the metal directly, send the bolts of black electricity into the metal, shocking him in place until he's kind of just sitting there and heaving and breathing heavily, just barely, it's like almost like he's about to collapse, almost bloodied, almost to half hit points is what that is, Sako. And preparing to stand himself back up.
I'm just going to stare at him, just eye contact.
Okay.
Blinking.
Bonus actions or movement. I will tell you that because you see that where he's kind of holding the hammer, if he were to try to pick that up to swing at you, if you were to try to get away from him, he'd have disadvantage. So if you were going to try to get away from him, now's a good time. Because he's prone. He'll have disadvantage trying to swing at you.
Then I'll probably just move straight up just 2 squares.
Okay. All right. He will try to swing at you again with disadvantage. Is it? Whoops. Oh, I did it right. All right. With disadvantage, a 10 will not hit. He tries to swing the maul at your feet. You just kind of casually step over it and make your way up there. That is action and movement. Any bonus actions?
Not this time.
All right. Then now we come to Pogo. Oh.
Womp, womp, womp.
And you don't get to
Out of
re-roll it because
curiosity-
you're unconscious.
Yeah,
It's a 2
I was gonna
anyways.
say,
But
With so okay, yeah. So lucky doesn't work if I'm conscious.
Yeah.
So
out of curiosity, what?
no. I was gonna ask if lucky worked if I was unconscious, but it does. I don't.
Yeah,
know
no. I don't think it. I'm pretty sure you got to be conscious for it to work. No, it's a save. Let's see. Here, click lucky. It just works like a regular con save is all it
It does
is.
say it's a save, so it works on all checks, saves.
Yeah, all right. Then it would still work if you rolled a 1. So a 2 is still failure, but if it was
the
a 1.
worst thing that I could have rolled.
Yeah, really. All right. The Residor in the doorway then doesn't see anybody else behind him. Is going to turn and try to box Norok in. Is going to rush at Norok. Actually, no. He saw Nazim casting at his friend. Is going to rush at Nazim and swing his hammer at him. That was as far as you wanted to go, right? Yeah, Sako? Yeah. Okay. A 16. I assume that hits. Taco?
Let me see. What am I looking at again here?
Your AC. It's 13, so yeah, that'll hit.
13, yeah.
Unless you have a reaction you want to use, like shield or something.
No, it's 13, and then
Okay.
it's 17.
Alright, then that is 14 damage, if you want to apply that to yourself. Do you remember how? Or do you want me to do it?
You subtract it here. Alright.
Yeah.
47 minus 4. Okay.
Yeah, you were at 40, yeah, 47 minus 14, yeah. Alright, second swing. 22 will also hit for another 9 more damage, Sako. And you feel with the impact of this hammer bashing into your arm, what's that?
Drop to 24.
Okay. With the impact of the hammer bashing into your arm, you feel at least a temporary disconnection from your arcane abilities. The other Residor is... he's... shit, actually. He doesn't do anything that you guys can see. Never mind. Alright, Sarah's turn.
Right, so I heard Pogo make a god-awful sound, right?
You heard... He probably peed himself a little bit. You probably heard that, yeah.
Right, and looking back, I don't see him coming, or
Correct.
anybody else.
Correct.
Great. So...
The good news is you
I'm
know
going
exactly where
to-
you're going. So
Oh no, I got this. I'm going to cast Polymorph at 5th level and turn into a giant ape.
Alright.
I don't even know if it'll fit.
Shit.
You got Diamond Hand coming in.
No T-Rex.
To the
no
moon.
T-Rex.
She's going to the moon.
And I'm heading back in the room with 40 feet of movement.
All right. So you know what's funny is that one of the add-on developers that I use makes this add-on that you can import, basically batch import all of the monsters and things like that from D&D Beyond, assuming that you paid for them. And I have I bought all the books and everything from D&D Beyond. So I was going through and testing it because I'm kind of still stress testing stuff to see what it'll work, because it says that you can have up to a certain amount without it having any impact on performance. So I imported all of the beasts specifically for Fox, so that if Fox wanted to turn into some random fucking animal, I'd have all the stats already imported. Just so happens that giant ape is one of those animals. Never expected to actually need to use any of these, but just since I happen to have it, I can literally give you the actual stats, do the whole thing.
I got it up on my phone too, so.
Well, that works. There you go. Let me drop it on, and we'll do polymorph. There you go. Seraphina Giant Ape. I don't have a token ready for you at the moment. This was the next step, is I'll go through and put tokens on for all these, so that when Fox uses them, or any of you guys use them, you'll have the actual tokens, but at least you have the stats already.
35. And then 40 feet of movement, so I'll move diagonally next to this guy.
Sure.
So I'm right there.
Okay.
And I'll take an opportunity attack from the
From the
dude that I
pacifier.
passed.
Actually, you won't. He was stunned. He doesn't have his opportunity, or doesn't have his reaction back yet.
Right.
Because he was stunned at his last turn. All right. And you didn't leave anybody else's range just yet.
Yep, I am right there with 157 hit points, going to go pick up a tiny pogo.
All right. Then that brings us back to Norok.
Okay.
Arteme, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, Arteme, that you're hearing more soldiers coming down the stairs from straight ahead of you. The way that you guys came in originally, that there are more coming from that direction, too.
Great.
Oh, before I would have shifted, since Arteme was standing next to me, I would have told her to go get my dad, and I'll be back. And then shifted and ran after Pogo.
Okay.
Okay then. So I'm.
It's all on you, Arteme.
Okay.
Yeah, you're the only one that can do this.
All right. I'm gonna move.
Well, it's not your turn just yet.
Right,
She was just telling you
gotcha.
that. Yeah. You're
Okay,
coming up here in a
gotcha.
couple more turns, though.
I mean, we'll be heading that way.
Yes.
We'll be right behind you as we're dragging two bodies. You know, hopefully at least hopefully Pogo's the only one that gets knocked out, maybe.
Okay, so I did see Serafina go back after. I'm assuming I heard Pogo get.
You didn't see Serafina. No, you like saw on the stairs. Sarah kind of gently step behind Arteme so as not to push her out of the way, and then transform into a gargantuan giant ape and come barreling down through this. You know, walking on its hands and feet, all four. You know, how gorilla runs, running past and kind of barreling through the other soldiers here.
Okay. Then, while I'm here, I'm going to whack this guy, and then I'm going to keep running.
Okay. He is still full health, so he's not injured at all yet.
Okay. And I will use Great Weapon Master and Reckless Attack on this one.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it matters when I click them.
It doesn't yet. So I'll rebuild those macros. I'm going to be redoing the automation stuff for D&D in here probably in the next week or two. For now, those are just to tell you how the abilities work right now.
Yeah.
So.
So maybe it'll actually. Let me see if it'll roll with the damage. If not, I'll roll it twice.
Yep, it did.
Okay.
All right, 25 will definitely hit.
Good thing.
It's not count. Okay, so it doesn't have the Great Weapon Master. It's another 10. So 22 damage to him. As you spin around behind him, just kind of trailing the Sword of Stolen Hours behind him, you kind of pull it into his neck where the coif is there, and just ramming your elbow against the side of the blade, trying to force the blade into his neck. It appears to have cut through at least a little bit in through the chain, enough to have damaged him pretty significantly, actually. He goes instantly just past bloody, just barely. These guys didn't have that many hit points. Second attack.
Come up.
12 will not hit.
Okay.
And you're not reckless, or no, you're not frenzied rage right now, right?
No, because I used that last time.
Yeah.
So that already dropped.
Okay. And you're going to try to escape his threat range?
Actually, you know what? For now, I'm actually just going to stay, since I saw, giant ape Serafina running by. So
Okay.
I'm going to kind of hang out and, hopefully she gets help her possibly get Pogo back out of here.
Okay.
So I am
All right.
turn done. So
No bonus actions then?
nope.
All right. Then we come to the Residor, who is no longer blinded. Which one is he? Oh, he's the one that was, he is going to, none of you can see this, actually. Actually, Sarah is a giant ape, peeking through the doorway there, about to run through these other two soldiers, one in gold and one in black. You see, staring over the stone altar there, you see the Residor through the doorway there, kind of lean his maul over to one side and kind of let go. And you see him leaning down, and then when you see him standing back up, he's got Pogo thrown over one shoulder, and he's turned and running, walking very quickly, let's say, not really a run, especially not in heavy armor, down here.
I kind of assumed they weren't going to just straight up murder me, so I figured I got some time.
Well, I mean, there's a specific reason, thankfully. If this had been anybody else, it could have been worse. But since you're a halfling, you kind of lucked out a little bit. Kamazoth, though, staying... Oh, shit. Huh. Well, you're not gonna like this. Still being controlled by Corzantil, is still glowing. Sarah, you can probably just barely see the corner of Kamazoth as he's still kind of stretched, standing upwards, and using these kind of awkward hands that still have wings attached to them, as he is sending out another bolt of lightning that you see crackle through the room here. At a lower spell slot, I don't need the measured template here. But Pogo automatically fails that, unfortunately being carried by the Residor. Is an automatic failure because.
Oh, I gotta roll a new character, guys.
Well, that's two fails right now. Okay. So here's the thing. Okay, so I didn't want it to look too dickish or anything like that, but he's the percentile dice way there. Nobody else meta knowledge this because Sarah's the only one that can see this, but Sarah would probably know. Corzantil has very little concern for anybody else. He would try to save Sarah because he needs her for something. He doesn't give a shit about Pogo. He doesn't know anything about Pogo and wouldn't care, and therefore would be trying to kill these guys to help Sarah, not really concerned with her friends necessarily. So it's a failed save for Pogo, not hitting him directly, but only because the damage is still within the bolt of lightning that he sent, which is a DC 17 for these two. Both fail, so they'll take full damage.
So, if I'm unconscious and take damage, though, don't I just kind of die?
No, it's an automatic failed death save, or failed save is how it works.
Okay.
Yeah. If it was a melee hit, it's an automatic crit, which would be 2 failed death saves.
Got it. That's one thing.
Yeah. But the bolt of light, because both these guys have been shocked twice now, and that was a really high roll. He re-rolled really well in the damage. They are both in fact, actually, the one that is holding Pogo stumbles a little bit in place. Sarah, you see him in obviously very bad shape. Both of these guys are far past bloodied. I'll put it that way. Which brings us to Arteme.
Okay, so I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay. Go ahead and click it and I'll put the little effect on you. Oh, no, that's the concentration one. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then I'm just going to move towards the door that we needed to move toward.
All right. So it'd be, so it would be north, and then you can, go over the table if you want to, but it would be north and then around the table over to where your bestial spirit is. So
I don't
north
actually see the spirit right now.
It's probably just out of your view, but it'd be north and then east and then south. So invisibility is an action, but you still have your bonus action. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. Right there, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And now you'll be able to see your spirit from there too. So
yeah, I can see it now.
Okay, any bonus actions?
I'm actually very limited on those, so no.
Okay. All right, well, you are invisible then, and with your shoes, you're not making any sound either. I'll tell you that as soon as you came up the stairs and turned and looked, the other soldier that you heard, the armor one, the one that you kind of made stand back because by catching that corpse on fire, also just awesomely beautiful, or awesomely brutal, by the way, of catching a corpse on fire. It's funny how evil Fox can be with these, but the corpse on fire behind you, you see that the Residor who was standing back has a longbow drawn and an arrow ready to loose. Had you stepped in front of that visible, that likely would have gone into you, it seems, but he doesn't see you and he can't hear you because of your shoes, so you've run around the corner and he's just kind of holding the bow drawn, waiting for somebody to come up the steps, it seems.
Okay.
And in that case, we come to the spirit.
Okay, yeah, no. The spirit's just gonna go a bit ahead and scout a bit more.
Okay. Then the spirit going down the hallway is not there, or not the doors that you need to go to, it's further down the hallway. So it's just going to go its full flight, 60 feet?
Yep.
Right. Then in that case, it can get to 20 to there, and then 40 more gets them there.
Oh.
He can actually get pretty far.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so he makes it to there. That brings us to the avatar in the room over here, who stands up, no longer prone. The one that has been electrocuted twice is going to... I don't think he can really try to do much else except for kind of stand up and try to swing at this ape, because he's not going to... you know what, actually he is. He's going to try to jump out of the direction, or out of the range of the ape, because he doesn't necessarily feel like he can do much against this ape here anyways. Go ahead, Sarah, if you're going to use your reaction, if you want to.
Yes. Crap, I gotta figure out where the hell my fist is. There it is.
Usually at the end of your arms, most of the time.
No, I meant in the thing.
22 will hit. Oh shit. 24 damage to him? Well, as he tries to get out of your range, he's still kind of just because he was kneeled down, halfway
Got
down
a
from...
10-foot range on that bad boy, too.
Oh shit, really? Jeez.
Yeah, 10-foot range.
Well, because technically he still would have been in the range, but I'm gonna say that he actually tries to get out of the range, so because he would have anyway, so that's still fair. Then you club him hard in the back of the head as he was still he was basically in a kneeling position and trying to stand up as he was trying to run away. So you smash him in the back of the head, nearly sending him reeling into the table or into the kind of dummy, training dummy on the far side. He still manages to barely stand himself up, but he is looking very woozy. He literally has 1 hit point left. So that is it for him to escape your range there. But he can't get... Well, actually, he can move past him, so he's gonna move just kind of through his friend as best he can, getting around there, and try to swing at Norok as he tries to make his way out. Oh shit! Never mind. Ignore that. I forgot he has spells. He casts Prayer of Healing on the people in the room here. 6 creatures in his, you can see within range. He didn't roll very well, but for 12 healing to everybody, himself and the others in the room here. That pacifier is a little better off now too. And he can just barely see that Residor in the distance, the one that's in the room with Pogo's body. Well, not body yet, but unconscious shape.
I mean, technically, it's still a body.
It's still a body. It's just alive right now.
When they're dead, they're just hookers.
The Residor that is carrying Pogo is going to run as fast as he can in armor here. He's going to dash to get him into the room here. All right, so you can make it to the middle.
Does he see his dude standing there?
Huh?
Nope.
In a fucking plastic box.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, he will, actually, as soon as he comes in the room. Yeah, because it is invisible. He seems puzzled, although none of you can see this, and rushes to the middle of the room there where he kind of unceremoniously drops the body of Pogo.
Just kind of runs to see Cope and just bangs his fucking head and just random wall.
Well, it, kind of unceremoniously drops Pogo. Pogo, you're unconscious, of course, and can't see this, but that's where his turn ends. All right, we come back to the pacifier. Who is going to spin in place and bring just kind of spinning on one toe, bringing his maul up, trying to connect with Norok's face. For a 20, which will hit G.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. All right, for 11, cut in half for Norok. Did that work? Yeah, cool. And then after smacking you square in the jaw with his maul, this is not the magical maul, this is the other kind, the pacifier kind, is going to shove you with his shield again, trying to push you over. DC 15 strength save, G.
Okay.
Oh shit, the shield dash is actually an attack too, so I should have had him roll the attack earlier. So hang on, it's actually an attack that would have to hit first before he could attempt that, which with an 11 it doesn't hit, so never mind.
Okay.
Tries to shove you with the shield, and you just push it away with your free hand. And that brings us to Nazim.
Alright, so currently my magic is now sapped. I can't use the magic, yes?
Correct. Yeah, you can use cantrips, you can't use leveled spells.
Okay, well then, that's the case.
Which actually for you is Eldritch Blast, so...
Yeah. From where I'm standing, Norok is standing between me and the priest. Do I have a clear shot for the priest, or is Norok...
No, you'd have to move. Yeah, Norok's too big.
Alright, can I move without initiating a...
Yeah, to there, yeah. Yep.
And now do I have clearance from...
You will... Odds are good that you'll end up hitting the pacifier, if you don't hit the priest. Basically, if your roll is too low, you'll end up hitting the pacifier instead. But yeah, you can at least try to hit the priest from there.
All right, Eldritch Blast on priest.
Okay.
I lost my spells. Hold on.
Oh shit, Justin,
Yo.
you're up next.
Yep. Oh, I'm aware.
Okay. That sounded like you were really aware.
Well, I was as soon as you were like, well, it looks like Eldritch Blast is the option. I'm like, okay.
Oh, as far as the lightning bolt, you mean?
As far as what options Nazim had, I'm like,
Oh.
oh, he's gonna have a lot of options.
He doesn't have any healing spells anyway, so that wouldn't help.
Yeah.
But plus, he's
I
too
think
far
we've all
away.
got- I think we've all
Yeah.
got some potions too.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, a
See if I
13
can last
will.
one more turn. Oh,
Yeah, we'll see here in a minute. 13 will not hit. So try your second bolt against him. Oh, sorry. Well, 13 in that case actually is within range. It won't hit him, but it does actually hit the pacifier who's between the two of you. So go ahead and roll the damage, and I'll apply it to the pacifier, and then you can try your second bolt.
Ah, shoot. Close the screen. Tap.
It's still no. You should see it in the chat. If you just go to your you can just click the damage button there also. All right. So 9 to the pacifier. Okay, go ahead and roll your second. Oh, that'll hit for sure. All right, go ahead and roll the damage. Ooh, all right. The priest standing behind him, you send one bolt the pacifier who is just swinging at Norok tries to bash him with the shield and ends up intercepting the bolt accidentally into his back, and you send another bolt of lightning past him that does intercept with the priest, hitting him square in the neck, and you see it just kind of shocking through the coils of chain around his throat, and he kind of jitters in place for a moment, and you see the kind of steam lifting up out of the eye slit of the visor, and he kind of slumps forward and falls to the ground.
Leather.
There's a lot of metal on that leather first. Oops, wrong one. There isn't one. I guess unconscious is the only one. There isn't one for death. Alright. Bonus actions, movement.
That's actually I could do a bonus action. Oh no, but then I'm gonna have to roll. I was thinking of taking the Stridos, but then I have to roll to see if I'm gonna get sick from it.
Do you not have any of the other kinds? You only have the stick kind?
Yeah, the spoiled.
Yeah, the spoiled kind, yeah. Okay.
Alright, I guess for now then I'm good.
Okay. And you're not going to move any further? You're going to stay there?
I don't want to trigger a reaction.
Okay. All right. Then, Justin,
all right. Let's see.
guys, before he rolls this, he has
Oh,
two
already
failed...
clicked
You know, yes. I'm telling everybody else. He has 2 failed death saves, everybody.
Yeah.
If he fails this,
Oh my god.
Ah! With my final breath, come closer, and I get the guy's attention. I had sex with your mother, and then I just die in the middle of this room.
We'll say that you had enough wherewithal that this joke was prepared
It's
even
called
while
your- yeah.
unconscious. Even while
The final
unconscious, you managed.
throws. My final throws. That's what I
And you know
did.
what's funny about that too is that we just talked about that if you'd rolled a 1, that you'd still be able to re-roll it.
Yep,
And you rolled
2
2 2s. You rolled the
And
worst you
I-
possibly could twice.
And I on 2 crits in a row from the attacks.
Yeah,
so
2 crits. Yeah, shit.
This was.
That's like
Pogo's
rolling.
time.
Yeah, that's like rolling 2 natural 20s and 2 natural 1s. And yeah, this is Fox.
Yep.
You just got foxed.
I got foxed.
Wow,
I got
thanks.
fake fox in my
Blame
ass.
me,
I got
thanks.
fox hard. Fox right in my butt.
Don't
Wet and
hurt
dry,
me,
just a
don't
real dry foxer. All right, well, I'll hang out until I see the rest of this. I'll hang
Yeah.
out for a little bit longer until I go to pack my things for my vacation tomorrow.
Oh shit! Yeah, we're coming up. Yeah, fuck. I didn't even notice the time. Yeah, we are coming up. On
Well,
time
you
here
guys can
shortly.
keep playing as long as you want.
Only because Pogo is basically like, at least for the moment, anyways. It doesn't mean don't tear up your character sheet yet. There are. You guys are high enough level that by now you do have the means of being able to solve this problem. But that is literally the first time in we've been playing Embers since When was the prologue? We did the prologue in October of 2018, and that was our first character death right there.
Wow. Yeah, we've been lucky so far.
Yeah. Not
Okay.
Fogo, though.
I will
Oh,
be
that
right
was
back.
cool, Monty.
Okay, fuck. Well,
now
shit.
I feel really bad for coming in here.
Hey, Pogo didn't have that impressive of a backstory anyways, and he was my first character. For my next one, it'll be more detailed.
I don't think Pogo's
Okay,
done
I'm
for,
back.
though. Pogo's... Okay, fucks. I don't think Pogo's done for. I mean, they have powerful enough friends to fix this problem.
Yes.
All right.
I mean, I would assume that he's definitely not, unless you want him to be. That this is a fixable problem. Let's say. I kind of didn't expect it to go like that.
That's okay. My plan was just to wait till at least someone was back there and then just thunderstep all the way the fuck out.
Yeah, like you really. I mean, you definitely would have been able to if it wasn't for those two crits.
You want to know something else really annoying? If I had literally just healed, I was only because I was down like 8 or 9 hit points, and if I just healed, I would have still been fine.
You
I
had
would have had like 5 hit points.
Yeah, because for the second hit you had 28. Oh, you
It
mean
went
before the
3
door
under.
opened? Yeah,
No, yeah.
exactly. It was only 3. It was only a difference of 3 because you had 28 and he did 31 on the second hit. So if you had had 3 more hit points, you would not have gone unconscious.
Yep, and I think I was only 8 or 9 down, so I was like, does anyone else need healing? Does anyone need... No? All right, well, I'm sure I'm good enough.
Oh shit! Now, okay. Well, this sucks because now Justin's gonna go on his fucking anniversary vacation, knowing that at least
it's
for the
okay.
moment Pogo is dead.
I don't take it all too seriously, so it's fine.
All right.
I'll hang out for a little bit longer and watch the rest of this.
Yeah, I still feel bad, but it's all of my dice, as you guys have seen, by the way, since we moved to Foundry, I do all the rolls in the open. I even rolled fucking McDudeson's chances to try to teleport himself out. I even rolled those in the open. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I
Trying to
saw
get
the
himself out of the box.
save.
Yeah. All right. Well, we come to one of the other residors here. The one that is near the ape is going to spin in place and tries to bring his Otadero Maul down on the ape's head.
Macy's only 12, so
I only got an 18,
Well, you're like
so...
a 40-foot ape. I'm actually surprised Jeremy was like letting you run. You're crouched over right now.
Well, only because I told you guys this when you guys first came in, but this place is made very big. It's like cathedral type ceilings.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean there is enough room. I would say the hallways are probably a tight fit. Because she's actually, that token is too small. She's actually 10 feet for giant size. But anyways, 13 damage, Becky, if you want to apply that.
alright. I think this is the minus. Roll a concentration check for. Oh!
Do
Wait.
you need to make concentration saves when you're hit
I don't-
in polymorph?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think you do. Yeah.
no.
It's just if I'm not polymorphed and I'm polymorphing.
Yeah. In that case, you would. Yeah. Yeah. The system wouldn't be able to tell the difference with how Foundry works, so that's not a surprise. But yeah. All right. Then he'll make his second swing at you.
Almost a guaranteed hit.
Well, I mean, yeah. At least he's not going to be able to impact your spellcasting ability when you can't really cast spells in 8 form anyway. 13.
Oh, just over. It's 12.
All right. Then another 11 damage.
Alright.
And is going to spin around in front of you, trying to, kind of keep you from moving forward. And that is it for his turn. That one is still standing there with a bow. Arteme, you still see him kind of pointing in your direction. And now we come to Sarah.
Alright, my turn?
Yep.
Alright, then I'm just going to shove this guy out of the way.
Okay. Do you have any kind of ability to do that, or are you just gonna like strength, like shove him, like an
Yeah,
action
not
to
do-
shove? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just shoving him.
Okay. Give me a strength check. We'll just do a contested strength roll. Well, he didn't roll well. Beat a 6.
Oh, that's my modifier is 6, so
I think pushes. You can push them 5 feet in any direction, right? And knock them prone. I think is what it is. We'll roll with that. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. That you can push them 5 feet in any direction and knock them prone. So he's pushed out of the way with a contested strength roll. That's your action. Any bonus actions, movement?
I am barreling through that door because I'm still going after Pogo.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's
our plan
prone, so he'll have an
did not
opportunity
work.
attack, but disadvantage. What's that? What, Justin?
Plan did not work. I feel bad that I was like, I thought I'm gonna end up fucking everyone's day up with this terrible plight.
Honestly, I mean, it adds to the drama of it too. Like if it was going too easy, I tried to warn you guys that this was a harder situation than you were thinking. Like it didn't seem like anybody was really taking it too seriously. Like I literally told Ben, he's like, "Nah, we'll just fight our way out. It's no big deal." It's like, dude, this is like the other soldiers haven't even arrived yet. There's still more people coming. You know.
Yeah, no, Sarah's probably going to be traumatized if Pogo dies. Because she got him killed.
Well, we'll see what happens here. 15 damage to Sarah. Let's do this, guys, because I don't want to play without Justin too much. And Justin's got to go here in a minute. We'll still
Are you
plan on.
sure it's really gonna matter? Like,
Yeah, well, it's fine. Yeah. Am I gonna have a turn before we call it?
Let's do this. We'll finish this turn, guys. Yeah, and then that way Arteme will still have her turn. We'll just finish this whole round. Pogo will still be out, and then we'll start, assuming the combat's still going, we'll start the next turn either next week or... is everybody good for next week before Justin leaves?
Yeah, should be.
Yeah.
do one of you guys have a diamond worth 500 gold?
Nope.
Okay.
There
Okay.
might be in that chest of stuff that we took off the ship.
Right.
Oh, we sold all that.
All that stuff's
We
gone.
did.
Yep.
Shit.
I don't think, I'll be honest, I doubt that there would have been a diamond worth 500 gold in that chest.
It was all silver, yeah. It was all
Yeah,
it was all like silver ewers and things. It was people's loot, is what it was. It was people's stuff.
Yeah.
500 gold diamonds, pretty big.
I mean, hopefully Ozzy can do something. I mean, he does work with the dead.
Well, you know what though? Like you guys don't. Let me look.
I was
real
just
quick.
curious, like, I thought maybe there's something in this round, like Norok was going to be like, let me cast Rage Prayer.
Rage Resurrection. That's what it is.
Something
That's
out of
one of
Unearthed
his barbarian
that I've
spells.
never heard of before.
We
There you
can
go.
just have you with us as an undead. We'll just have Ozzy bring you back. It's all good.
I
Just
mean,
for-
you could probably pull that one off.
Just for fun, guys, I want to click something here. Ignore this, Fox. I'm not consuming a spell slot or anything. But Fox does have that.
Oh, yeah.
You could randomly roll, see what he comes back as. Maybe he'll be a half orc.
Ooh.
Pogo the half orc instead.
That'd be pretty cool.
I was looking because I knew. So okay, Arteme at least gets them now because she gets 6 level spells. I think she gets them as soon as she levels up. Gets
and you have 10
resurrection or whatever.
days.
Yeah,
I
what?
have what?
You have 10 days to cast this.
Yeah.
So Raise Dead, that one you have to do it within 1 minute unless Gentle Repose I think has been cast on them. But Resurrection, which is a little bit higher, that one can be cast within if they're dead within the last 100 years or something like that. Which
Oh,
you
but
guys have
you-
powerful enough friends as long as
still need rare oils and unguents.
in Unguents, yeah. But these guys have to be able to, as long as everybody can escape here and get your body out of here, you have powerful enough friends that can bring Pogo back. It's just a matter of, what you guys choose to do and so on. But you do have to survive this first, which the rest of you are still in a bad enough spot. So, do you guys want to go through this whole round? It's probably going to be at least another 15-20 minutes, or do you want to go ahead and call it here? Because this is the top of this round is Sarah.
Oh yeah, we could
We
just
can do that.
drop it here and restart after. Because all
Okay.
I'm gonna do is dash to where my bestial spirit is, then use the Rocky Talkie to let them know that hey, we might have there's somebody waiting right up the stairs, so be careful, and that's it.
Okay.
So
Okay. All right, then let's plan on picking up next week then, guys.
Cool.
Everybody good for the 3rd then?
I am.
Let me finish my movement real quick so I don't forget how far
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
moved.
Yeah, go ahead and finish your turn, and we'll just start with Norok next week. Sorry, Justin, to start your fucking
Okay.
your anniversary
Honestly?
vacation with Pogo being fucking murdered.
Happy
Honestly,
anniversary, Dad.
Yeah, happy anniversary, exactly.
I've got other options. I can create other characters should need be, or we'll see if Pogo somehow gets pulled back into the land of the living.
As long as these guys can get out of here, you do have options. So
80. I can just make it to, just inside that door there.
okay, all right. Then we will start next week with Norok. It'll be your turn, and we'll pick up from there. So
Awesome.
that was a rough game, guys.
Yeah.
It's okay. You know what's really funny too? After all this, I was gonna have if Pogo survives it, I was gonna have him change his name again, like because of all this fucking mischief. And I was gonna take my little character picture and just edit like a little mustache on it, like a little like
the shitty one.
Yeah, curly mustache. That's what I was gonna do.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I'll see you next week.
Yep. Enjoy your vacation, dude.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye, buddy.